Before getting into today's episode, we'd like to thank Mac Performance PT for sponsoring the Walk On Pod. For more on their services and contact information, click the link in our Instagram bio where you will be led to their website. Mac Performance PT, helping Sacramento athletes live life without limits. Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. I am Luke Abdalovich. With me is Tommy Ball, and Jared Waters is hiding himself. There he goes. Jared, what's up with your camera, man? You all right?
Oh.
You got a little smudge there? Like, what's
There's
going
some
on?
lighting
Early
issues
and
in this
often
place.
from Waters today.
It's all right. Go ahead and get
Rubbing
clear,
on
man.
the
We're good.
mic.
No, that's good. That's good, man. We want to give our
I'll join.
viewers,
Let me join that. Let me join that.
yeah,
way.
make sure you guys are clear, man. We got to give our
Yeah.
watchers the best, the best content we can give them. With that being said, we know it's a Zoom call, but that's all right. Fellas, it is currently Friday night. We just watched an incredible
night.
playoff basketball game. How are we doing right now?
Great, man. What a finish. What a finish to that game right there. Jared, did
I
you
only
catch
watched
it?
the fourth quarter, but it was
Okay.
an awesome fourth quarter.
Yeah,
So
I mean that's
awesome.
probably that's really the best. I mean,
Yeah.
it was good
I
basketball
don't want
first
to
half
delve
and all,
into.
but
I don't want to divulge too much before we get into
yeah.
our next segment. But yeah, it was. I was glad I was able to watch the fourth quarter.
Also, I do need to say this is 2 episodes in a row where it's just us three. Summer schedules are taking over. We're planning ahead, so you will get a guest episode next week. This is just us making sure that we're on top of things and we keep our conversations relevant while we, plan ahead for things. So we apologize. We are excited for the guest that's coming up, and we are working on a couple big time guests. So like I said, we apologize, but we do want to deliver a good episode regardless.
Well
Jared,
said.
I know you said you didn't want to dive into it too much right now. Do you want to go ahead and kick off our scouting report? For those that don't know, our scouting report is who are you starting, who are you sitting this week in sports. Jared, it could be you.
Yeah, I can go first. What's funny is this is I'm not trying to detract from our initial conversation. I've been trying to focus on positive things, so I really haven't been doing any sits lately.
Nice.
I did have a sit this week, but then I kind of switched it to kind of stay with my theme of positivity. Um, just based on actually watching that fourth quarter. And my start is gonna be, and this might be a boring start, but I'm gonna give you the reason why I think it's an interesting start. My start is Kyrie.
I knew you were
And
gonna
the
do
Nice.
that.
It's a good start, man.
did you? How did you know that?
That's not a boring start.
Because I was thinking about doing the same thing, but
Okay,
I'm
got
not.
it.
But
Great minds think alike. Got it. Got it. Got it.
well, because
Um,
before you want me to give you my actual reason, because
I would
as
actually
much
like
as
your reason
as
too.
he obviously you didn't watch anything about the fourth quarter, you said, but he was struggling throughout the game, not really just like having a bad game, but just not really getting his spots, and he was patient and he let the game come to him, which was the fourth, and then we saw vintage Kyrie in the fourth, a real killer, but then he was also
So
able to
good.
take a step back and let Luka put the nail in the coffin when it was time, which is like I feel like there's been a lot of like bad talk and hate on Kyrie and the type of leader he is and type of teammate he is. And like I feel like tonight just showed the exact type of teammate he is.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. I guess I have only one part to add to that. That was pretty spot on. I'm glad again. Great minds think alike. But I think the other thing too, that the thing that I wanted to focus on, because I was thinking about this earlier today when I was at the gym, is um for Kyrie, from what I saw or what I've been seeing, at least especially this last month or so, because I've probably hated on Kyrie before, just for like some of his antics and some of his takes and things like that, which him making things about himself a little bit too much. But that's where I think like I felt like he showed a lot of personal growth.
Yeah.
For like whether good or bad, or like the stuff he went through with like the COVID vaccine and the stuff he went through with the whole anti-Semitic situation and all that. Like I feel like I don't know him, but I feel like those kind of things are polarizing for a person, and like to be in that his situation and be at his status and be at his like a level of a player, and then have those kind of things happen where people just like literally hate you. And so it's like
Yeah.
it's so
Mhm.
crazy. Like that's like a crazy to me. That's I guess that's what I really want to dive into. Is like it's just like such a crazy thing that like if I said the same thing or if I posted the same thing that Kyrie did, like no one would give a damn. Like no one would care. Like it really wouldn't be a big deal. But the fact that he's really freaking good at basketball and that he has a platform, like people like crucify him for that. And I think it's like it's an easy way to like go introverted and like go into a shell. And I feel like the things that he's saying now about Luca as a teammate, like you've never heard him say those things about any of the teammates he's ever
Mhm.
had. And he's played with
Right.
some of the greatest players like the game has ever seen. Like he won a title with LeBron. He's played with James Harden. He's played with Kevin Durant. He doesn't say those same things about them that
Yeah.
he's saying about
Facts.
Luca, like the last 2
Facts.
weeks in the media, like very open about it. So like to me, I want to start him because I feel like, again, with me going along with the positivity vibes of 2024, like it just shows personal growth for him, which is dope because I feel like that's why they've been so good. Because I will be the first person to say when they signed him, I thought they were going to be terrible together based
Yeah.
on his past, based
Been
on
Right.
what
so good.
had been happening. But like they literally fit each other. Like they do so well together, and like it's just sick to see. Like it makes me even today. I was like I found myself rooting for them to win at the end of that game, like more than I've ever probably rooted for a Kyrie team before. Like I've always thought Luca was dope and really good, and I like how his game, but yeah, I hope they win. I mean, honestly, I don't just say
Yeah.
that because they're up 2-0 or anything like that. But I guess my main message is like for someone of that status to be as introspective as he is and show personal growth. I think that's dope. So that's why I
Yeah.
would start Kyrie.
No, I think that's a good start, Jared. And I like the Timberwolves a lot. I like what Ant does, like Cat, whatever. But I have found myself pulling for Kyrie these playoffs just because like he's he's still a piece of that generation, the James Harden, the Steph Curry, the like those guys, Kevin Durant, and we see them kind of flaming out these playoffs, and Kyrie's going strong, and he looks like he's only getting better, and that's crazy to me because he's been so good for so long already.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's also like there's been the argument like most skilled player of all time and all this, and I
Right.
believe it's Kyrie, but I think it's shown like pure basketball sense. Like well, I agree with Jared 100% what he said, but pure basketball sense, if we're just talking for Kyrie here, what he is so skilled at, it doesn't matter his athleticism or how, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's pure basketball skill. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
that's why I feel like the same thing with Steph. Like I don't argue with people when they say Steph like for most skilled of all time because what he
Yeah.
does like those are things that you can work at and like watch your game grow and like yes obviously God-given natural talent is there for sure. I'm not going to sit here and say that that's not a thing, but to be a great ball handler, there's clear work put in, right?
Absolutely.
Kyrie can get as old as he can as long as his body doesn't crumble on him. It's not like he's relying on jumping over people to be effective in the game. Like it's pure skill, manipulation of angles. Like you know what I mean?
I was
The
gonna
first,
say
the
I was
first,
gonna say angles is like he
dude.
just knows what angle needs to be taken or what
It's
angle needs to
he
be
doesn't
used
even.
every time. Every
The
time.
to perfect. I don't mean to interrupt, but like Luke,
You're good. You're good.
this is literally why it's funny. Again, we must be on the same wavelength because this is when I knew I was going to start him tonight. Is that it was their first league they took. It was 84-86. They were down 2. He caught the ball on the right side or left
Nas
wing.
Reed, Nas Reed
No,
guarding him.
no, he had Mike Conley guarding him. Maybe that wasn't their first lead, but it was when he started that run.
Yeah, yeah.
And he caught it with Mike Conley on him, and Mike Conley was pressing up, and he caught it, and he did a front pivot on his left foot, and just like sweep through, looked at him, and then just rose up and shot a 3. And then when he was running down the court, he just shook his head like I just like, damn, bro, that was so smooth and easy and like just calm and like you
Little
said,
stuff like that.
that's just like such a like you're just like a fine-tuned machine. He's
Right.
just like, dude, like, oh, you gave me 4 inches of space. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say.
And like it's
Go for
he
it.
has he has zero wasted movements. Like
Yeah.
and wasted movements is not an athleticism thing at all. Like that's just you. I mean, obviously it is a little bit, but like you can avoid that stuff and most people don't, but his footwork is so clean and perfect, and
Yeah.
that's such an advantage. It's
And
such an advantage.
I mean, Luke, before you go, the last thing I want to say is I think the other thing, just go back to double down on personal growth. Like, dude, you can see Luca is hurting out there, man. And
Mhm.
he's just like, he picks his spots where he's gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna pick it up right here. to like give us some cushion or give us like they were down. What was it? They were down 7
A
to
bunch.
start the quarter. Well, to start the fourth, I think they were
Right.
down 6 or 7, and he scored like 8 straight. And
Yeah.
I'm just like Luka is literally limping down the court. Like, bro, and that's what he's been saying in the media. That's why I feel like he's been trying to do his best to put Luka's best foot forward and help him flourish and things like
Yeah.
that. So that's like dope to me.
It definitely is. I saw a clip before the game, and I don't know when it was posted, honestly, but it was a clip of so the Mavs have God Shamgod on the coaching staff.
Right.
And it was a clip of like it was like Kyrie, Luca, and I think Tim Hardaway Jr. like doing some corner three work, and like God Shamgod was there like poking fun at them, like showing them a few things, blah blah blah, and like you could just see like the joy and just all of them playing basketball. And like the Instagram caption was like, a happy Kyrie is a scary Kyrie, and it's like I think it's just a comment on like I don't want to get into like a mental health conversation here, but just kind of the mental health of a basketball player like that. Like you said, someone who's been
Facts.
so polarized in the media and everything, where like you
Yeah,
put
dude's at
people
peace,
around
man.
him, bro.
He's at
You
peace.
put people
Yeah.
around him that just allow him to enjoy the game for what it is and be the best version of himself. Like you're
Yeah,
seeing
like
what's
look,
happening.
like exactly, like bro, like Luca is not like KD and James Harden. Like Luca's
Yeah.
just about hooping, bro, and he's just
He's a
about
young
Yeah.
kid still too, man.
yeah, like he's like I'm not with, and he's not American. That's the other thing. So he's like
Mm,
he's not with all that BS,
yeah, man. Luka was talking his talk tonight. All right.
bro. When he
That's
hit
That
that
was
shot,
absurd. That was
yo,
actually
he's
absurd.
crazy. He's crazy.
I was
he
laughing.
said,
And
"Go
then,
home, B word.
yeah,
Go
Yeah.
oh
home,
my
B."
gosh. But what he said to Gobert was absurd.
Yeah.
That was
He on that.
hatred.
Yeah, bro.
Um,
He's nuts.
I've got mine ready to roll. If that's good with
Yeah.
you, Luke.
Yeah,
Go
let's
for
go.
it. Go for it.
I'll sit this week. I don't remember the last time I sat, so we'll go ahead and get that out of the way. I'm gonna sit this week. I'm gonna sit the not the person, not this player. I'm gonna sit the discourse going around Caitlin Clark right now.
Mm.
I hate it. I just it's awful, man. I mean, like she's just grabbing so much hate, and like I saw someone was telling her, or someone was like asking her to, I can't remember what it was now, but like people are just expecting way too much out of this girl, this woman, and I just think it's insane. Like let her play basketball, man. And she's 5 games into her WNBA career. She's gonna be an amazing player. There's no doubt about it. And I can't stand like the stuff I'm seeing on social media is about people just trying to bring her down, and it's pissing me off. I don't like it.
There's two main reasons for that though.
Go ahead.
There's two. The first one is that people, the old heads don't want the new regime, right?
Right.
That's the first thing. And then the second part, and maybe I'm out of line saying this, all three of us have experienced this. It's because she's white.
I think it's part of it for sure.
Yeah. No, it's
like they do not want some scrawny white girl from
that's
Iowa
super fair.
to be frying the
fair.
entire league.
And,
Like,
and
I also wanna-
she's
college.
going to. She's going
Yeah.
to. Like it's gonna happen.
I think part of it too is with this incoming class of WNBA talent, and especially social media,
A lot of
media
social
wise,
media star power.
they are they're in the Mahomes and LeBron like microscope, where every
Right.
little thing they do is getting posted either in an extremely positive light or an extremely negative light. So for those people, and I'm going to be fully transparent, I haven't watched a full Caitlin Clark game. I've turned a couple on, watched a quarter or two. I haven't watched a full Caitlin Clark Fever game. All right, like I watched her in college for sure, but as far as her WNBA career goes,
yeah. Why would you?
I'm not going to get into that right now, Jared. That's not the conversation I'm having.
No,
But
I'm
what
saying
I'm saying is,
I'm saying that they're terrible. They were a terrible team. There's a reason they had the #1 pick.
yeah. So, but if I go on Twitter or I go on Instagram, all I'm going to see is the extremely elevated or extremely declined things that people are putting out about her.
Absolutely.
So it's hard. Like that's just what it's going to be for her. And unfortunately, she is, and you could say the same about Angel Reese. You could say the same about the majority of this class. Cameron Brink is getting a bunch of media too as well. They are pushing the narrative for sure. And
Mhm.
I think the old head thing is for sure within the league, but I think it's also for sports viewers in general.
Totally.
People
Yeah.
are not used to women in their sports being shoved onto the media like it is right now, which I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good
I think
thing
it's a good
because
thing.
at
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's good hoops. The women's NCAA tournament this year was fantastic. I watched all the games, Elite Eight
Yeah, it
on.
was
I
really
was
good.
in. I was tapped in. Our group chat was humming about it every game.
Absolutely.
Like it's good basketball. It's good sports. I'm not making a comment on that. I'm making a comment on the consumers of sports media are probably not ready for that. And it's unfortunate because she is the figurehead and she is the one with her foot on the gas that's pushing this movement. But that comes with positive and negatives, like you said.
Yeah.
So I do
My-
think she's going to be the face of the league if she's not already, to be honest,
She
in the
definitely
eyes of the average viewer, right?
No,
But
If
people
you say
don't- people
WNBA
She
understand
sold.
those.
She
right
sold out
now-
games. She sold out her games.
Well,
she sold out
they
season
showed
tickets.
the
Like they had to
fever-
move her games to real arenas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like bro,
Like,
If you say
bro,
WNBA right now, Caitlin Clark is the first.
my
name that's
favorite
coming to mind.
favorite part is though, this is my favorite part of the whole discourse, Tom. And I don't know if you guys can appreciate this, but I literally die of laughter every time I get on Twitter and I see this. Because this is what I think about. It's the first thing, the first day, whatever her first game was. They when she got crushed, like someone fouled
Yeah.
the crap out of her, right? They're like, yo, they better stop messing with her. They're gonna end up flying Spirit again.
Yeah, that had me crying. I saw that too, Jay. That was
was-
so funny.
Because
Like,
now they're
on
flying
their- yeah,
like
they're on the
charter jets
charter.
and
Yeah,
stuff, like, and they're
on
posting that.
charters. Never
But,
had
like,
that before.
yeah, they're like, yo, if they don't let her score, man, they're gonna be they're gonna be back on Spirit.
Dude, that's too good. Yeah,
But it's
so
but
good.
like I think it's funny, but it's that stuff that like again, those are the only fouls that we're seeing, which I'm sure there's hard
Yeah.
fouls all over the league. But then to like
Yeah.
you're saying, the
No,
average Twitter
100%,
viewer, it's like, damn, they're really hacking the hell out of Caitlin Clark. I'm sure it's going around. Everyone's getting hacked. I'm
Right.
sure. You know what I mean? It's
And
a
I was
physical
gonna
game.
chime back in and kind of generalize this. And I guess I'm really sitting just sports media right now.
No,
as a
no.
whole.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
No, I understand.
It's we're way too high or we're way too low, and
But
it's
that's like-
and
It's
I
we
know
talked
that
about with the
that's just
Bronny
how it
stuff,
is.
Which that's
Yeah,
all
Oh,
another-
100%.
Christ,
But it's
don't
just like,
do
why can't we just appreciate?
I don't have the energy
things?
for that today.
Why can't we just take things in because we like it? You know, like why do we? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why we have to be on one end of the spectrum or the other. We can't just like be like, yeah, this is cool. Like I like seeing Caitlin
Because
Clark playing in
because
WNBA.
nobody
that's what
watches or
happens
clicks
with-
on boring.
It's
on,
not
like,
even
You're
that.
right.
That's
yeah,
what
You're
happens
absolutely
when you're
right.
revolutionizing something. That's what happens.
That's I mean that's the other thing too. Like I see that's
she's
how I look at
changing
it.
the game. She's changing the game, and
like-
there's
She
gonna
is.
be love and there's gonna be hate. There's not gonna be
Yeah.
people that are neutral.
And I think it's always going to be more hate for a long
Yeah.
time. Like
It's easier
that's-
to hate.
Like, and this is totally like not directly correlated, but like I can include myself. So every person that lived outside of Los Angeles hated Kobe Bryant until he died. And
That's
said he was
very
a
true.
ball hog and he was a shitty teammate and he was a bad player and that it was all negative. And then Kobe passed and now everybody anoints him. Like it's so true. Like people don't really appreciate you till you're gone, kind of
No,
thing. And like
absolutely.
people like the girls that are gonna play in the WNBA 20 years from now are not even gonna think about Caitlin Clark, but someone is gonna be like, yo, you're making $1.5 million per season because of Caitlin Clark. So you
Right.
should be thanking her. And that's like where it's tough. The change is tough because people just like don't like change. And they don't like to admit when someone is better than them. That's like, okay.
Yeah.
She's just probably gonna be better
That's the way
than most of you that have been in the WNBA. No offense. But
You've seen the clips of when the Cavs were talking about when they had the first pick and LeBron was coming in, and they were all like, "Yeah, I mean, a high schooler's not going to change the course of our team that much. Like, he'll probably help us out." Like,
My
like
goodness.
that is crazy.
yeah. Yeah.
No,
Buddy.
that's a good call. That's a
Buddy.
good call. I'm with Tom. I've been starting a lot recently. And it's funny. I started Caleb Williams last week, and then there was all these reports today that he's been struggling in OTAs and like throwing interceptions. and stuff.
Was that a real report? I legitimately
like
thought it was fake.
okay, so I saw like 3 that said the same thing, but I didn't know if they were all real or
Are
if
we
like
talking
one
about
just
the
took
one where
them-
they said he threw 7 interceptions in a row? Because
I didn't
thought
see
it
a
was
number.
fake.
I didn't see a numbered one. I just saw one that he was struggling with interceptions. So I don't know.
Yeah, I saw
Um,
specific Caleb Williams threw 7 interceptions in a row and got
That's
benched at
crazy.
OTAs, and I
That's
said, "Nah,
crazy.
like that has to be fake. There's just no way."
Dude. I don't know. I don't even know who is Tyson Bagent, their other quarterback. Anyways, I'm not gonna, whatever. Hopefully I didn't curse. Whatever.
Teabag.
I have a sit though. I do have a sit. Um, and I mean, I don't know. I don't even think we've really had a full talk about this. I'm gonna sit the NBA challenge. I'm gonna sit the NBA challenge.
The NBA
What?
challenge.
The challenge rule in the NBA.
Oh! I thought
I'm
this
gonna
was like a
sit.
tournament or something. I was like,
No, as
yeah. Go ahead, explain. I'm
in
curious.
the G League, just for some context, they have probably I'd say 98% the same rules as the NBA, and then they put a couple little ones that they say are like experimental rules. So, for example, the challenge rule was put in the G League a year earlier than the NBA because they used it as a experimental season to see how they liked it, and then they put it in the NBA. So we had it this year. As a player, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I thought when our coach would get fired up about it, I was like, hell yeah, coach! Like, go ahead and get behind us. Like, let's do this. It's a challenge. Blah blah blah. As a viewer of the playoffs, I hate the challenges. There is a problem with every single call. There's commercial breaks every single time. The commercials are all the same. You got the commentators weighing it. You got whatever his name is over at the
Everyone doing
replay
this.
center.
All the players.
Oh.
Luka just
Right
runs
here.
around doing this every time.
Oh my God, it's just added an element to the game that like I said, as a player, I didn't even notice it because when you're in the game, you're on the bench, whatever it is, it's part of the game. I'm locked in. I'm within the lines. I'm not
Yeah.
thinking about it in that sense. As a
But you were probably
viewer,
right there, Luke.
No, I don't think I ever waved my hand once, but we had a bunch of culprits, and then like it's funny. You don't understand the way it works until it's
I'd be
with
guilty
you
of
guys.
it.
Bro, so I mean, look, so the way I didn't get this until I was playing, like I said, we had someone on our staff that was sitting a couple rows back with a computer
Dude,
that was
yeah,
watching the delayed
check.
replay,
To
and our
check.
coach would look back at them and they'd look at the computer. Nah, don't do it. And he'd be like, okay. Like, bro, it's so like,
yeah,
that's
Jared's
not
not-
basketball, bro.
No, no,
Like,
no.
They're right
Okay,
here.
green,
they're right
green,
here,
green.
They're right here.
green. And then he walks out timeout. Like, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah, they just
The-
hold it out like that.
Because
Let's go.
you can see like you can see the like it's like
Yeah.
it's like a transition. It's like Luca does this,
Yeah.
and then he looks
The
at the
computer
guy,
guy.
and
Yeah.
the guy goes,
no. Get back
Yeah,
on the
and when they
then
give
Jake
him
Kidd's
the
like,
green light, my favorite is when they give him the green light. They get the green light and then they go, okay. They look at the ref, timeout.
yeah.
Or is this one? They just walk out and point at the ref.
like they're calling to the bullpen.
Yeah, bro.
Let's go.
bro.
Jason
I
Kidd
didn't-
does that. Jason Kidd
Yeah,
does the walk
Just
out
to
and
walk
point
in,
at the
point
ref.
at it.
Just point.
It's so funny. I love it.
The
But
green
yeah,
light special. Like, okay, Reggie, come on. We're doing a lot.
back to
Yo.
but bro, it's altering the way I'm watching the games way too
Yeah.
much. Way
Well, that's
too
what
much.
Stan Van said today in
Yeah.
the fourth quarter. Like, bro, if you're gonna review it, like, bro, Jay
It's-
McDaniels clearly got hacked. Like,
Hacked.
like,
That was horrible.
like hacked, bro. Like, okay, if you're gonna review it, review the entire play. Like,
Right.
no, you don't get the
So why-
ball.
Why
Like,
can't
just
we
foul.
change that?
You actually get a
I'm sure-
foul.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure there's gonna be some type of talk.
They have to. I mean, they're gonna change it. You know, Adam Silver, he's soft as
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. By the
Oh,
way, Stan Van is great on the mic. Got to give him
He's
his
been
flowers.
awesome.
He's great.
He's been awesome.
Yeah, he's killing.
Yeah, I
was
need a
gonna-
Stan
so-
Van Hubie Brown mashup.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
Shout out to Hubie,
Um,
man.
Guy's like
It's-
99.
I think he's like 92. That's absurd. Still going
Dude,
strong.
What were you gonna
um,
say, Luke?
I was just gonna say that, like, especially with the way that the commercials have been in the NBA
Yeah.
playoffs, where you have the same
Ugh.
3 BS commercials. The
bad,
Wingstop
dude.
one, I swear, comes on 3 times every commercial.
Oh, just
No
watch those
flex.
Mike at my
Zone.
camera.
Yeah,
No
exactly,
flex.
bro.
Zone.
Like that, the arguing, and then like as much as like I've enjoyed the commentators and stuff, I don't want to hear if they think it's a foul or not. I could give
Yeah.
a damn. Like, I really don't care. And then you got Stan over here, which again, I thought he's been amazing. He's over here trying to reason, well, they should just give him the ball because even though it was, that's not the way the game works. Like,
that's
why are we doing
That's like
Sorry, Stan.
That's when they used to have Jeff Van Gundy on there. Jeff Van Gundy would try to make up rules that they should
like,
have.
like, I'm not trying to hear that. And then they
Jeff-
always go to the replay
Jeff
center,
was
dude.
so
and it's
good.
like, bro.
He's like, you know what they should do?
And,
should-
and speaking of Jeff,
They should
like,
just give you 9 fouls.
we just
Bro.
yeah. Yeah, we just have to give a shout out to Jeff and Mark Jackson because people wanted them gone, and it's not the
Dude,
same without
it's
them.
not the
It's
same
not the
without
same
him,
without
dude.
them.
No, they're good.
And I love
They were
JJ.
good.
I love JJ, but it's not the same.
No.
JJ's about to be
Dude, what
gone, too.
about- Hey.
Mama, there goes that man. Like
Hey,
you're just
so
not
we're-
beating those one-liners from Mark Jackson. You're just not.
Can since we're talking about it, and then we can move on, Luke. I'm not trying to steal your thunder here, but can we put one in the air for inside the NBA? It looks like it's gonna be dead.
I was gonna bring this up.
Okay, all right.
So this is good. Can we get Draymond Green off the podium?
No.
while they're
Please,
on
dear
their-
God,
No,
dear
look,
God.
He's
and
bad,
God.
dude.
Hey, look,
And
hey,
I'm a
not
Dre
making-
guy, man.
No,
I'm a
I was-
Dre
I'm-
guy, but he needs to stop.
I'm not even making a comment on Draymond. It could be LeBron. It could be Michael Jordan. It could be. Let the four do their victory run while they're on their
Yeah,
last leg.
dude.
Let them.
Well, they got
be
one
them.
more year though. They got one more year though.
Yeah,
Bro,
one
but
more year.
Still, I don't care
yeah,
though. I don't
no.
care. We
No,
yeah,
I
I don't want
I'm
to see
hearing
Candace.
it.
I don't want to see Candace Parker.
I don't want to
I
see
don't
Vince
like-
Carter up there.
Yeah,
I don't want to see
no. God,
Clark,
no.
Clark Kellogg. I don't care who's subbing in.
He
Just
said
let the
Clark
four
Kellogg.
let the four rock while
Hey,
they
Clark
have the time
Kellogg's
to
great.
do it, man.
No, but he does college.
That's what I'm
though.
saying. It's
just
Clark
Clark
not-
Kellogg just got a crazy Dre, man. He
No,
does his
but
thing.
the point, you're not listening to me.
No,
the point
I
of
am,
it
I
is
am.
not
I'm-
who's
I'm
up
just
there.
trolling.
If I got asked to be up there, I would say no. It's doing a
didn't-
disservice to what
Okay, you
inside
wouldn't
the
say
NBA is.
no. Stop.
I
You
it.
wouldn't
say
say
no.
no, yeah.
I would
I
say
would
You
no.
wouldn't
I
say
would
no.
say yeah.
There's
no.
no way you would say no.
I would ask if they could put me on a different.
If you
show,
could get
because,
if you got the Chuck paycheck, you would not say no. So shut
Dude,
up.
dude, I would say no unless it's a Subway
Draymond-
paycheck. I'm saying no.
Draymond has been doing a lot of chatting, and he's just been
Dude,
wrong
oh,
about
God.
everything. And it's
Like-
like, Dre,
like-
like you're
like,
smarter
Take
than this,
it away
bro.
from what it is. I want Shaq and I want Chuck to start jawing with each other. I want Kenny to
BBL
trip
Chuck,
over his
baby.
chair. I want
BBL Chuck.
Ernie to play. I want Ernie to play moderator between it all. I want the inside the NBA, bro.
no,
Get this
there's-
dude.
there's-
Get the randoms out of here, bro.
The randoms, dude. What's the
Yeah.
random white dude that plays
Oh,
Ernie's
oh,
role?
O'Connor or
No, not.
Is it
it's
not Kevin
Jer-
O'Connor? It's Kevin
No.
O'Connor.
Is
No,
it?
no. He's got a different name, a weirder name. He does the Tuesday with like Candace and Jamal and
Bro, that's Kevin O'Connor.
is it?
No,
don't
wait, no, it's
there's
not.
no way it is. He's got a random name.
No,
Kevin
no, no,
O'Connor's
yeah.
ESPN.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
Anyways, bro.
I'm gonna look
Bro,
up
please,
inside the
Luke.
NBA. Inside the NBA.
I know what you're
uh,
talking about.
B
Yes,
squad.
dude. Like he's like a
he had when Chris Webber's up there too.
Yeah, don't even get me started, bro. Don't even get me started. That MFer was high as mother God, dude. He would call players by the wrong name. He would call the wrong team. He'd be
Chuck
he'd
does
be
that
We
too,
must
though.
we must compartmentalize. You can't compartmentalize.
Yeah, it's tough.
dude, like
No,
God,
but
he was the worst. He must have that dude must have been so
But the-
high
okay,
before he
so-
walked.
But that's
in
what I'm
this.
saying, bro. Everyone in basketball news knows that inside the NBA is potentially on their last leg next year. It could be it for them, especially on TNT. If there's been rumors of them going to Amazon, whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we throwing the randoms in there, bro? Everyone let us
but so-
appreciate what it is.
Because
Like,
can I interject though?
Got it, Jared. Adam Lefko.
Yes, that dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he's bad.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he sucks. So Luke, I think if I could be overstepping, but I think sometimes it's them taking days off.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
But,
It
like,
can't be easy.
Yeah, no. But I'm saying that I don't think that they like if Chuck's like, I'm not coming in this Thursday, I'm gonna go do this, right? Or I have this, or they're gonna be like, okay, we're not gonna say no to Chuck, but who are they gonna
But-
throw in there? Everybody's terrible. It
But
just
I'm
sucks
saying-
because it's not good.
But why do we have a fifth in there right now? That's
yeah,
Oh,
and
I
he's
don't
there
get
the whole
that.
time too.
Well,
It's
Chris
it's
Paul being
weird.
on there, bro, get
Bro,
off the
get up-
stage, dude.
We-
Get
Uh,
off
I
the
don't-
stage.
don't
Look,
want
I mean,
the
look at our team.
randoms,
Look at
bro.
our team, Jared. Our team's more focused on being analysts right now.
Dude,
and
get
shit.
off.
Stinking it
Which,
up. They're
I'm
stinking it
sick,
up.
man.
Okay, so here's my question. This is an honest question because we're going crazy right now, but who, I want a name. I want a specific name and social
Okay.
security number
I don't have that.
of
I don't think I can
who
provide that.
who thought that putting Draymond Green on the TV show would be a good idea.
That's
when
polarizing,
has
man.
when has he ever had
He's been doing
really
it for a couple
s-
years now.
I
Yeah,
know,
he's
but
been
I'm
a sub
just
for a
sa-
while.
I'm just saying that who chose him out of the 455 guys in the NBA?
It's controversial. That's
I
probably why.
guess, but
exactly. He'll get
dude,
clicks.
Oh my gosh! Like, and
So
I love
people hate
Draymond.
Dre. Like
Dray,
people hate Dre,
Draymond
so
can
they
listen to this, and if he wants to try to Jordan Poole me, that's fine. But dude, you're not the right choice for this out of all the players in the NBA. Jamal is the one that makes the most sense.
he kills it.
He's-
He
he's
really does a good
good.
He
job.
is so good at
He's really
having-
good at
yeah.
color too. Like he's a good
Yeah.
analyst and he's a good color commentator.
He's on
Yeah.
that B team though, isn't he?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
is on the
team
Tuesday
panel.
nights. He's on the Tuesday
Yeah.
nights.
dude, he's the one that carries the Tuesday
He
nights because
is.
Kansas is terrible. Kansas is terrible too.
Who's
The
the other?
B team is
Who's
crazy.
the B team's crazy? It's Lefko, Crawford.
Well, it was
Parker,
like,
and then who's the
like-
fourth? Is it Vince?
No, they would throw
Vince-
Vince in
Vince-
there, or
Vince has
Dwayne
been
Wade
there.
would be in there. Danny
Yeah.
Green,
Yeah, they
Grant
got so
Hill
many-
sometimes, right?
Grant Hill,
Hill.
yeah.
It's just random, bro. But yeah,
Lefko
like,
gotta
bro.
go, man. I mean, they just got the token white guy up there. Like,
Yeah,
we,
Lefko's
like, come
not it,
on.
bro.
It's because you got Ernie, bro. There's not gonna be another.
No one's
Ernie.
Ernie. No one is
that's-
Ernie.
So stop trying to get someone that tries to be Ernie. Like, let's
Yeah,
just.
Exactly.
you might as well
know
put
what I'm saying?
Shams up there, man.
I would
Shams
enjoy
would do
that.
great.
That's
yeah.
what I'm
I'd
saying. Just
wait.
put Shams up there.
He's nice.
Shams would be better than Woj on TV.
Yeah, shout out
Woj
Shams,
sucks.
man.
You put Shams and what's her name up there, then people will watch that.
Kay Adams. They're ridiculous, by the way. They
But
are ridiculous.
They're ridiculous, but would that banter not be entertaining?
It'd be high level. It'd be
That's
absolutely
what
high
I'm
level.
saying. That's what
You
And
I'm
might
they
saying.
even get your
fully-
girlfriend to watch it. Like,
Yeah,
oh my
but
god,
they
like,
fully
be like
bought in.
Regis and Kelly.
Yeah.
Hey, TNT, tap in, man, or whoever
Hey,
buys TNT,
hey,
whoever
Turner
Turner
signs
Shams,
Pro
Studios,
man.
Sports,
man.
Come on, Shams, get with it, bro.
whoever's
Well,
buying
That's your
Pro
wait,
game,
Sports,
so
man,
before we move
or
on,
just
then-
put the walk-on guys up there.
yeah.
Oh
you
my
could do
God.
that.
I got three.
I would
fellas
get
for you.
canceled. I would get canceled.
Okay, but
You
once
would.
you could
You
just
would.
play. You could just play Charles Barkley, and that's good. Like you,
Yeah.
he's fine. He can say whatever he wants up there.
Yeah, I
He's
love
so-
donuts. I don't have a problem eating donuts on stage.
But before we move on here, I want to ask Jared this question. So if
Okay.
we're, pour it up for the inside the NBA, they got one more year, so I'm not giving up yet. But so Jared, how is NBA on NBC? Like, should we be excited for that?
Yo, he just called you old as hell. By the way, I'm just letting you know.
That's okay. I've told
No,
you that I'm
he's
a
the resident
resident
historian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
That's
good with
that's
that.
so funny. That is
No,
so
that-
funny. He said,
I felt like
John.
that was a good question.
back in the day,
Uh,
was it cool?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it was good. I
Do you
mean,
think, do you think
I
they
was
could bring
young.
something good back?
I think what it is that I mean, I've seen the numbers, so it's like I see how much money they're pumping into it. So they're gonna do something to the point where they can't fail. Like,
Got you.
Just buy
and
the
plus,
inside the NBA. bro.
well, yeah, that's a whole different story. But I mean, they could, I guess, if they wanted. They essentially are. But yeah, I think it will be good. I mean, I think at the end, I mean, I think it can be good. But from my own personal opinion, Tom, I usually watch the games on mute because I
Yeah,
don't
you
like
do.
listening to anybody. So
Hopefully they
So-
get Harlan to come over.
I mean, there's enough good people, and the reality is that if the games are good, like even here's the thing, like let's all be honest here, and Charles and Shaq are just as honest. When the games are blowouts, you don't stick around to watch inside the NBA.
I do.
Really?
Hell yeah. I'd
When they have
Yeah,
the
Luke-
Pistons
Luke-
get banged by 40, like you're
Yeah.
sticking around.
I mean,
like,
I
no,
am.
I'm
I'll be
not
honest,
sticking
I am.
around.
That
I'm
is
not sticking
comedy.
around.
That's sometimes when the best segments come out on Inside
No,
the
True.
I'm
NBA.
not sticking around, bro. Like, because they're not serious people at that point. They're just
I
like,
mean, okay, but to rebuttal your question,
I don't even
to
think
what-
they watch the games half the time. Regular
He said-
season?
No,
way.
I don't think they do either. I
Yeah.
think they rarely watch unless they're in the stadium like they were tonight. On a Wednesday night, TNT night game is on. You're chilling.
well, TNT doesn't have Wednesday games. but
TNT's
okay.
Tuesday, Thursday, but yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a Thursday night then. Whatever, man.
It's just, hey, man,
Hey,
get,
I
your,
mean-
get your story right, bro.
Let's not,
Okay,
let's not get
either
false,
way.
let's not get misinformation
Either
out
way,
there,
okay,
man. There's
whatever,
never
Thursday
a TNT
night.
game on a Wednesday night.
Thursday night, not the Tuesday night crew. Thursday night crew. All right.
Okay, let's hear it.
Nothing else is on TV. All right, because TV
I will
nowadays is
find
pretty
something.
bunts. Yeah, on other services. But if I'm okay, for example, this is where I actually do stick around and tune in. I'm in a hotel that doesn't have streaming services. I'm watching the Thursday night game. I fall asleep with the TV on. I'd rather to wait and watch Inside the NBA and just chill than flip through the channels and see what's on HGTV. Like,
You have a
what are we
way
talking
better
about?
option, and you know what that option is. It's your favorite TV show. It's always on late night on
It's-
Comedy Central.
Bro, bro. These hotels have like 8 channels, bro. They don't have Comedy Central.
The Office is on somewhere, bro.
It's only on Comedy
I
Central.
never have a
Do these
problem finding The
hotels have
Office at night.
TNT?
Yeah. I've never had a problem finding the game.
I've never had a problem finding The Office late night. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my bad. I guess when you stay at the W, it's not that difficult.
Yeah, all right.
You could have said like the Four Seasons or something. W,
Could've
that's
said
like
it.
the same thing as where you stay.
No. No, I'm just saying, like, I think there's definitely entertainment.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at the
Who
end
are
of
the
the day,
NBC football guys? They won't bring them
Ooh,
over, right?
I
That's
don't
like
know.
Mike
No.
Tirico, isn't it? Oh,
it's not
jeez, I
Al
don't know why.
Michaels, is it?
No, I think it's Mike Tirico. I don't want to hear him on the call. I'm good
Troy
off him.
Aikman out there.
Oh, that's cool, man. I'm good off that.
Yeah, it's sad, but yeah, it is the way it is.
We'll see what happens. I know it's all kind of just unfolding right now, so that'll
Man,
be
this is
interesting.
a good segue. You kind of set this up, I feel like.
To the random NBA players. I
Yeah.
don't know if I did that.
Talk about random Mike
Random,
Tirico.
yeah, I guess. Mike Tirico's not random. He's probably going to be in Paris this summer for the Olympics. So
Is he?
That is-
Nice.
yeah, I mean, he was on it last time, I think.
I
Anyways,
guess
like
it
I
is
just said.
NBC.
Ooh, hold on. I'm not doing my due diligence. Producer, man, why'd you wait till the? My bad. Let me get this random draft organizer up.
Okay, he's got underdog over there.
What are you talking about?
You're
Random
talking to-
draft order. I'm talking to
Bro,
the
if I'm
production
second
team.
again, I'm logging off. I'm just telling you right now.
Okay, you will literally see me answer. Okay, so here's the website. You see it? I'm gonna scroll this down to 3 teams.
Tom, this can be a 2-horse race if I'm second again. I'm just telling you right
Jared,
now.
Hey,
Jared,
Jared, have a good night,
Jared,
bro. Hit it.
Jared. It says teams 1 through 3. Which team do you want me to put you in as? Just so
I want
there's no-
3
you
AI,
want 3.
man.
Okay. Jared, Tommy, which one do you want? 1 or 2?
You know I'm number 2, man. Come on.
Okay. Samith and Luke. Okay. As you can see, Luke, Tom, Jared. I apologize
Okay.
for our listeners only. Definitely tune into the YouTube Walk on Pod on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna click generate order here. Luke, Tom,
All right.
Jared.
I can live with
Literally,
it.
yo,
I can
let's
live with
stop
it. I can
doing
live
this.
with
This
it.
thing is stupid.
No, it's not stupid.
I can live with it. I can live with it. Let's dance.
At least I'm not
Okay.
second.
I apologize for you audio listeners. This gives you motivation. Actually, no. Let me be producer right now for a second.
Oh my god.
I put out video episodes on Spotify. So if you want to watch, you can either watch on Spotify. I don't know what Apple Podcast does, but I'm sure it's the same.
Apple
format.
Podcast does not provide video. that I
Okay,
know
if
of.
you're an Apple Podcast listener, go ahead and
Get on
slide over to
Spotify.
Get on
Yeah.
Spotify.
Or go
simple,
to the
simple
YouTube.
solution.
or go to YouTube. Walk on Pod.
I can tell
And-
you right now, Apple Music people, that Spotify has better algorithms.
Okay, my bad, Elon Musk. Anyways, you go to the YouTube, and if you would right now, if you're watching the YouTube, or if you're on Apple Podcasts, or if you're on Spotify, please go ahead and thumbs up this episode, drop a comment, give us a 5-star rating. It will go a very long way. I've been
Hit
doing
that
my
subscribe button
research.
too, man. Click
Hit
that
the
subscribe button.
hit the follow button, hit the notifications, whatever it is on all these outlets. I've been doing my little research, and that's gonna help us grow. It's gonna help us get better guests. It's gonna help us with everything. All right. So I just really appreciate if you took 5 seconds right now before we get into the starting 5 segment to go ahead and show us some love. Thank you. Now,
And when I start the GoFundMe,
okay. Anyways, don't click on that link.
Forgot about the GoFundMe.
So today this is for a random Friday night recording after the game. We still want to save some playoff and championship and finals center starting fives for when the season is officially over. So today we have random/obscure NBA starting five. Now, fellas, we didn't really talk about this. I did all time. Hopefully, we're all on the same boat with that. Or
I did all time.
perfect.
Yeah, all
Perfect.
time.
So
For sure.
all time.
That makes it way more random. It makes it way
Yeah,
more
yeah.
random.
So again, there's no rhyme or reason as to why we are picking players in the positions we are picking them. But it's just, whoever popped in our head at that moment, and maybe it's a memory, whatever it is. So, like I said, I got first pick. My point guard. This is a guy that when I say his name, one thing comes up, and I think about him dunking on Carlos Boozer back in like 06, maybe even earlier than that. I got
07.
Ronnie
Oh,
Price.
Oh, Ronnie Price.
Ronnie
Wow.
Price as a point guard.
That's
You're gonna see a
wow.
running theme between probably like 4 of my 6 selections in this, just probably with the basketball that I was watching growing up. But yeah, Ronnie Price as my point guard.
Nice.
Who do you think I was saying in 07? Who dunked on
Yeah.
the Bulls in 07?
Baron Davis.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that
not
was
bad.
Kirilenko, but he did catch Carlos Boozer as well, though.
Yeah,
Would we
no.
call him? Yeah, I mean, he's
He's
pretty.
a little too household name to be random.
Yeah.
For sure. That's why I was like laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
No, Ronnie Price.
Now I'll give you
lefty
now I'll give
handler.
you a random point guard here, guys. Give me a random point guard here. Not much more needs to be said other than I'm selecting my man Fat Lever. Fat Lever at the point
Fat
guard,
Lever
Denver
was
Nuggets.
a bucket though. Fat Lever
Fat Lever
was
was a bucket. Fat Lever was bucket, but you're not finding a lot of people talk about Fat Lever.
Fat Lever worked with I want to say maybe the Kings broadcasting for a little bit there in the 2000s.
Hell yeah.
Maybe it was
Hell
the
yeah.
Nuggets too, but I knew Fat
Shine some
Lever
light
from-
on Fat Lever, man. He's a bucket. That's why he's on my
Yeah,
list.
He was really a bucket. He was actually
Gets
a
to it.
bucket. Crazy name, but it's cool.
Crazy name.
Mine's gonna be all about shout outs. So
Okay.
Yeah.
my first shout out, random NBA point guard. Give me Will Conroy. Will
Nice.
Conroy.
Nice.
Coach Dub.
Nice.
Random, but he's a real one.
Good pick.
At shooting guard. This one's easy. This was the dog days. Tommy doesn't know anything about this. Literally nothing. This guy was a Hoosier legend. And when I started going to a lot of games, this was who I watched start. Give me Calvert Chaney. Calvert Chaney started at the 2 for the Warriors. When
Wow.
lowered Bulls tickets were about $27.
Man, those were the good days. There were Upper Bowl tickets at Arco for $5 back in the dog days. That is so crazy. You could go.
They were giving tickets away before they left Arco.
You could go to a Kings game for less than a 5-layer burrito at Taco Bell. Can you imagine that? That's insane.
Yeah, Calvert Chaney at the 2.
My 2. Yeah, this guy was a member of the Dallas Mavericks. You know, the time I'm thinking of. I actually think he still plays basketball overseas. I'm correct. I have Rodrigue Beaubois at the 2.
Wow.
That's so random, actually.
Rodrigue Beaubois at the 2.
Is there any motivation for that, or was it just
There's no
like-
rhyme or reason. I think I just really remember playing with him on 2K and watching him when
Yeah,
I was really younger.
Yeah, I could do it.
Rodrigue Beaubois. I think he still plays in
Um,
France. He's a French guy. So
Yeah, it sounds pretty French. My shooting guard is I think he was probably the poster boy for the Big Sky before the now poster boy, the Big Sky, Damian Lillard. Give me Rodney Stuckey at the 2. This is
Nice.
That's a good
It's a
pick.
great
I like
one.
that pick.
we're talking about a bucket, one of those guys that if you know hoop, you know he's a bucket.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's because I don't think he was one of the. We had that conversation not too long ago, a couple episodes ago, about like guys, the best players should not be an all-star. I don't think he was an all-star, and I'd put him probably. up
No,
on
he
that list
definitely
'cause
wasn't an all-star, but he was a bucket.
He was
he
an
owns-
all-star. I don't think he was.
No, I said he wasn't an all-star, but
yeah,
he was
yeah,
really
no.
a bucket.
He's
You know, he
super bucket.
owns 2 shoot 360s now in Washington.
Shout out Rodney
Really?
Stuckey, man.
Yeah,
Eastern
the one
Washington,
in Kirkland. Yeah,
Eastern Washington legend.
yeah,
man.
and
They
then he
got a
owns one
jersey
more,
on-
I think.
So yeah, like I said, shout out for our Big Sky fellas. You know, do your research. At the 3, this is crazy random. I'm not gonna lie, but in those $5 seats days, this guy was a layup line legend. Everyone knew who he was just because of his layup line activities. I got Tyler Honeycutt at the 3.
yeah, I actually do know
Bro,
Tyler Honeycutt.
Bro,
That's
he
a good
used to be-
selection.
He was so bouncy in layup lines and never see the floor, but he was getting his head at the dual
UCLA guy, right?
UCLA, yeah. The Kings drafted him like second round, like early
Yeah.
2010s, like 2011 or 2012, I want to say. And like, bro, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, he would never see the floor, but oh my goodness, he was putting on a show in Arco Arena pregame.
Nice pick, Luke. Nice pick. At my 3, this guy's got a burner, man. Absolute burner. Bounced around a couple teams. I'm thinking of him on the Bucks. I think he was with the Rockets at some point too. Got Carlos Delfino here.
Yeah,
Carlos
Delfino.
Delfino.
He was on the Kings.
He was
Yeah.
on the Kings.
Was he a member of the Kings at some point
Yeah, he
too?
was.
Nice.
Carl-
Carlos
There's a
Delfino.
lot of
Well said.
this list is gonna have a lot of. Oh, he was on the Kings for a year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Always.
While we're here, let's just shout out Francisco Garcia. He's been named
Yeah,
dropped on the
that's
pod before. Shout out to
bucket right
Francisco.
there. That's a real bucket. Yeah, Carlos Delthrino.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
As
awesome.
Jerry
Love
Reynolds
that.
used to say.
I love that.
Is it me now?
Yeah, that's you.
Oh my
That's
god!
you.
I wanted to complain about the order and everything, and it's your turn.
Quinn
Really?
Richardson, man. Quinn Richardson.
Quinn
That's-
Richardson.
That's a good one.
Quinn
Is
Richardson.
this? He did some time with the Pelicans, right?
Yeah, but his best
Yeah.
times were when he was Darius
Rich
Miles on the
With
Clippers.
the, yeah.
Good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, no, he was awesome. Quinn Richardson was funny.
That's a
At
good
the
one.
4, this one's awesome too. This guy,
Yeah.
oh, he played such a pivotal role, but like he was so like not important at the same time. He's just like a oxymoron of a player. Give me Eduardo Nahara.
I don't think I'm familiar with Eduardo.
That's
He was on the
honestly-
Mavs when they had Dirk when they made their runs. He was on that
with,
team.
like JJ Barea and like
Yes, he
and,
was.
like,
He didn't
Asia?
play. He didn't play on that time, but like he played
Wait.
before that. Like he was on
He was
those
on
teams. Like the teams
which-
the team that lost to We Believe Warriors. Eduardo Nahara was on that team.
Oh, so earlier than
Mavs.
okay.
Yeah, but then he was on. I'm almost positive he was. He jumped around the league. He played. He was like
was
the
on the
first
team that won.
Mexican. Yeah, he was the first Mexican-born player in the NBA. But
Yeah, I don't think I know.
he stopped playing. He was like total bench guy when they won.
Yeah, I'm not
Eduardo
familiar with.
Nahara.
I'm not familiar with Nahara,
Nice.
but shout out Nahara, man. I
Nice.
was getting to it back in the day, apparently.
And my 4. This is an obscure one for sure. I'm gonna butcher his name, man. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry to you if you're listening to this. I've got power forward. I've got Yi Jianling. Yi Jianling.
People
Oh,
thought
that's
he was
you.
gonna be the truth.
I don't think he's
Yeah.
listening
When he got
to
drafted
this.
by the Bucks, everybody thought he was
Shout
gonna
out to
be
Yi.
like they thought he was gonna be guard Yao Ming. They thought like,
Yeah.
oh, 6'11", he has guard skills, but he's Yao Ming. He just never made it.
There goes Yi, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man. All right. My power forward. This is another guy that fits in that category of he was on the Kings for a little bit. And he's one of those dudes that like he was always on highlight reels for doing something crazy goofy, like airballing a dunk. I can literally picture him airballing a dunk right now because I know exact play. Can be Travis Outlaw at the power forward. It's a little bit of a small ball power
Oh,
forward.
man.
That's a
I
good
remember
pick.
Travis Outlaw, man. Again, bounced around the league. He was like on the
He
Trailblazers.
was a
for
He
minute,
was a
too.
Portland stable for a while.
Bro, I'm telling you, can you guys? Am I the only one that knows what play I'm talking about? He goes baseline,
No, I know
loads
what you're
up
talking
left,
about.
loads up left, right, and tries to and throws the ball to the third row. Like, how do you airball a dunk like that, bro? It's actually nuts. But shout out to Travis Outlaw again. Did some time with the Kings, and again, in the center.
I remember when he was on the Kings. It was crazy.
Yeah, he had a couple years there. He actually did
Yeah.
solid for us. The center, this guy, he had a lot of buzz just for being in the league. But man, boy, is he random. I got the big Canadian Simbular at the center.
Yeah, that's a great pick, man.
Simbular
That's a
again.
phenomenal pick.
Another Kings fan.
Kings,
staple.
that's King's legend. King's legend Simbular.
I don't
I
think
can
he ever
confidently
really
say
played,
that.
to be honest. But
No, I don't
Simbular,
think
King's
he did.
legend Simbular.
he was on the same team as Jimmer Fredette. That's how you know he's crazy random on the Kings.
Yeah, that's good.
That's
That's
so
good.
wild.
Okay. So my center is this small ball center for sure. This will tie into us. It was either a start or sit or a lineup we had a couple weeks ago, maybe months ago. You know, Luke mentioned Russell Westbrook and Campaign. That's what it was. It was spark plugs. Luke mentioned Campaign as a spark plug, being the dancer with Russell Westbrook. I've got Charlie Villanueva
I had him
as my
goofball.
starting center. I've got Charlie Villanueva as my
God.
starting center.
For what
If you guys
reason?
remember Charlie Villanueva standing
course I
in
do.
the middle of Westbrook and Campaign dancing back in the day, and they really hurt. Russ Westbrook started shoving him. What a guy, honestly. Charlie Villanueva. He's got he can shoot a little bit. He'll stretch the floor for our squad. So I'm excited. Excited for what Charlie brings to the table.
Nice. All right,
Villanueva.
at my center. Again, I told you there's gonna be shout outs in this one. Shout out this man. This was one of this is a good dude right here. D Block, give me Darnell Jackson at the center. Spent time with the Kings. That's how I.
good.
Kings
Yeah.
legend Darnell
Yeah.
Jackson.
Darnell Jackson, man, won a
Yeah.
national championship though. Can't
telling
hate
you.
on that. Yeah.
The Sacramento Kings from
Yeah.
2009 to about 2019, I would say, are just full of who?
Randos. This one is
They sure are.
actually even more random than that though. I was gonna flip this, but this guy has to be a walk on because he just looks like someone that like take away the height and he probably never played basketball. And but he had one job and his job was to foul Shaq. So give me
Mhm.
Matt Geiger.
Yeah.
Matt
Matt
Geiger
Geiger. That's good. That's really good.
for the Sixers.
That's really good. That's really good.
Matt Geiger
True.
is my walk
He's a part of that like Greg Ostertag type
Yeah.
build. Matt
Greg
Geiger, Greg
Ostertag,
Ostertag.
bruh.
It's that type of
Dude,
center.
give me Matt
It's a great-
Geiger, bro. I
that's
don't
a-
think Matt
Jared,
Geiger
that's-
ever scored
Jared,
a bucket,
that's phenomenal.
but he
That's
got
a
5 fouls.
phenomenal selection.
You know, like
every-
when you're talking about like a doofy big nowadays that like comes
Yeah.
off the bench, you're like, yeah, he's good to go eat up a couple fouls. There you go. That's the
Matt
build
Geiger.
right there.
Matt
That was-
Geiger, man.
His
That's
job was literally to foul Shaq.
excellent.
He had a job
excellent
for 6
picture.
years to foul Shaq.
Excellent
so
pick,
funny.
Jared.
Yeah.
My walk on. I mean, let's just keep the trend going, shall we? This is a Kings legend. This is a Kings legend, man. Give me Bino Udrih. Bino
Wow.
Udrih at the walk on.
The thing is, Bano's really not that. I had Bano on a list. I believe I
Yeah,
had
you
him.
did. I mean,
on-
I could change it to literally anything. We could go with
No, I mean it's
DJ Mabenga here.
I've
That's
met DJ
crazy, too.
Mabanga.
Have you? Wow,
That's good for
that's
you,
awesome.
man.
Let's
Guy
go
was a-
DJ. Let's go DJ Mabenga here.
Yeah, that's
just
you,
because
man.
Jared's
You
met
can-
him. Just 'cause
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jared's
bro,
met
met
him.
him.
good
He's
ties.
he's a black belt and then Taekwondo.
Whoa, so am I.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go,
DJ
DJ.
Mabanga.
I'd love to meet him now.
Yeah. He's hilarious.
For those who didn't know, remember listeners of the Walk On Pod, I am a black belt in Taekwondo.
Yeah, it's.
Was that part of the I thought that was part of the speed dating episode. Didn't we find that out?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think so.
we did.
I think so.
Yeah,
Just a fresh reminder. Fresh
We might need
reminder.
to bring that back. I'm flipping through my old starting fives to see where I had Bano Udrih.
Part
I'm a
two.
sick person. I was gonna say something else.
Part
No.
two. Let's see if we hit this time. Hey.
Okay, my walk on. Okay, this guy, I believe we name dropped it a few times.
Oh,
Absolutely carried Sacramento Kings fandom for years. And this guy I put as a walk on because in my eyes he's really not that random, but like he's similar to Rodney Stuckey in the sense that like he always found a way to be really effective in scoring the ball on his teams, but he was never like good enough to actually be mentioned. Got
Let me
John
guess here.
Salmons. John
Oh,
Salmons,
okay.
man.
I thought about him too.
Love
yeah,
John.
That's
Love
a good.
John
That's a good
Salmons.
pick.
He was a good dude, man. People loved him in Sacramento.
Him and
like,
Marcus Thornton are like in that same boat.
Yeah. Great players
Yeah.
for the Kings. Staples
Bruh,
for sure.
We loved John Salmons when he
Yeah.
was here.
He was
man.
so
You
good
guys-
for them.
Bro, look, I got a crazy list of just random.
I thought
and
you were gonna go with Tony Douglas. I thought that's the avenue you were gonna take. I
was
like
a
the John Salmons
fan.
selection.
We had a John Salmons jersey in the Abdo household growing up, so like that's crazy random.
That's awesome.
Yeah, bro. I had so many random NBA players. Landry Fields,
Yeah,
Kings
GM.
legend,
Landry
Omri
Fields is
Caspi.
GM now.
and Kings legend Omri Caspi, Kings legend Dante Green. People love Dante Green in Sacramento, man. He used to, people loved him.
Yeah, he was cool. I actually know who that is. Yeah.
All right,
Pouring
fellas.
out to Royal Ivy.
Yeah.
Royal Ivy.
Royal
Samuel-
Ivy.
Samuel
Teammate-
Dallenberg.
Teammate of KD got completely posterized by Hakeem Warwick in college.
Hakeem Warwick.
Yeah.
What a pick. Hakeem Warwick
Yeah.
is
He
that
li-
would have been a really good one.
Who was the? Oh man, who's in the dunk contest? Jamario Moon.
Oh,
Yeah, great one.
yes. Played
Great
in
one.
Mexico.
Wasn't Jamario Moon? Didn't Hakeem Warwick like make an appearance for one, or was he in the dunk contest too?
Hakeem Warwick was in the dunk contest a couple
Okay,
times.
so maybe I think they were against each other. Jamario
Yeah.
Moon was like a globetrotter, and then he ended up in
Yeah.
the NBA.
He was
That's
like
pretty
he was
dope.
like a globetrotter, then in Mexico, and then ended up in the
I've got a good
NBA.
one here.
Yeah.
How about Desanya Diop?
Oh,
I
yeah?
remember. Yeah.
Played on the Mavs
Josh,
too.
Yeah. Josh McRoberts. I mean, I could
had
literally do
backups.
this all day.
I had
Yeah.
I could
backups
literally
too.
do this all day.
Xavier Henry. Do y'all remember the dunk?
Oh,
Xavier
of
Henry
course.
had? Oh,
From
of
Kansas.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
That was
What
the-
about what
legend.
was
But-
Josh? Was it Josh Howard,
Oh.
the wing from the Mavs that was supposed to be super
Howard?
cold from?
Yeah, he was
from Wake
nice. He has a
Forest?
ring
Yeah.
though. I'm pretty sure.
Was he?
I think he has a
was
ring.
on
I
that
think he was on
team?
one of those teams, either the
Oh.
Dwayne Wade one or the or I guess they both
Yeah.
beat Dwayne Wade, but the
Raul
first one, the
Neto
Shaq.
is crazy too.
Oh
You-
wow.
Xavier Henry just made me think of two players: Grievous Vasquez
King's
Yeah.
legend.
and Alexis Ajinça. Alexis Ajinça.
I was saying, bro, this is why I wanted to do this starting five for this
Guys
exact
rock,
conversation.
man.
where
Guys
it's like,
rock.
literally, this is you could do this for hours. Just sit around and be like, "Yo, remember? Yeah,
Yeah, Kenyon
Yeah.
Dueling. What about Kenyon Dueling?
dueling.
course.
I remember dueling.
He was
Yeah,
What do you-
cold. Hey, he was cold in all the video games because he was a point guard that had bounce that could like you
Yeah.
could. He was fast, but he could dunk. So like when
Yeah.
you played NBA Live or played,
I was like
2K,
Rudy Gay. I was like Rudy Gay, bro. They
Oh,
gave him
Rudy
all
Gay
the best
was
animations, but
unbelievable.
he was like a 74 overall.
He was unbelievable.
his
What do you guys
dunk
know
was like
about-
99. His jump was
Yeah.
like 99, but everything else was ass.
And he had like a really perfect release that you could time up, so it was like easy to just jump over people and shoot it.
Kalen Lucas would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Kalen Lucas.
Oh,
Corey
man, I remember-
Lucius. We could tap into the
Mateen
Michigan State
Cleaves.
lore.
He was another
Mateen
Kings
Cleaves.
guy.
Yo, fellas,
Darrell
we
Summers.
could have done this all night. So like, let's just let's move
yeah,
on.
we
man.
could just keep going.
Look,
Yo,
if you guys,
so-
if you listeners want a supplemental episode where we sit here for 45 minutes and just name players and geek about them,
And yeah,
just
we
let
could
us know.
do football too. Like we could do soccer,
Yo,
like
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you.
tennis. French Open starts next week, by the way.
I don't think people want to listen to us
No.
name random people, but
No.
I don't know.
Yeah. Because like
I mean, I'd love doing tennis though. David Ferrer. What a player.
But, okay, Tom's gonna kill us in that one. I don't know that. I can't do
what
tennis.
what a player. What
I
a
don't know
player.
many tennis players. We grew up watching
Yeah.
tennis, but I don't know.
Yeah,
many.
I don't know. You never know who you're gonna see on the golf course, though. I
Mm.
could see Shooter McGavin. I could see Sergio Garcia. I might even see Happy Gilmore. But I'm gonna just rely on my 50 chips a night. So Matt, no matter who my foursome is, it's never gonna stop me from shining bright.
Nice.
Nice, nice,
Well
nice,
said.
nice, nice, nice.
Well
Excellent.
said. Well
Golf
said.
clap for that. Well done, Jared. Well done. Well done.
Shout out to Happy Gilmore. They said the second one's
Yeah.
gonna come out on Netflix.
I
It's
did
probably
see
gonna
that.
Be pretty
I'm
bad.
sick about that.
It's probably gonna
Punt
be
on
pretty
that,
bad.
dude.
No need for it. No need for it. But I
Oh
did see that.
man, look, bro. I'm sorry. I don't want to get in that conversation actually, but
Yeah.
boy, these movie franchises need to stop
They need to
making
stop.
movies, bro. Like, stop
need
with
to
the
stop.
sequels, man. Like,
They did
just
announce the
make it
new
better.
Knives Out though. Shout out to Knives Out. Great
I
series.
didn't like the second one as much. The first one was so unique and good. The second one just
Fair.
couldn't live up.
Yeah. Well, enough rambling for that.
Yeah.
Episode 95, I think. Wow. Yeah, love it. Great one. A lot of good banter on here. So appreciate you guys as always. These are your favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.